Man, I really hope he sticks around. I'm really starting to like his character. Huh? Oh, it's okay now. Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. And in this video, we're going to be doing our weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 11. This is titled Warlords Episode 13.
If you can't or won't, that's when the system breaks down.
We find our guns or we burn this place to the ground.
We have to get these people out of here.
That's a fight you ain't gonna win.
Okay guys, this is going to be doing another review for today. This one's going to be doing another review for The Walking Dead. And today we're going to be doing our weekly review for this week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 11. This is for The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 13, titled Warlords. So, this episode of The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 13, Warlords. So, once again, continuing with the Commonwealth storyline with, of course, 11B continuing with our, kind of, you know, at first seeming like they're good, now kind of seeming like they're probably not, you know, type of storyline with the Commonwealth. And in particular this episode, we definitely have learned that the Commonwealth is not all good. I mean, it's not all good. It's definitely far from that. And, yeah, we've had a lot here to kind of discuss. So, I will say for this episode, I am, again, not too blown away. I'm not blown away with this episode. I don't hate it, though. I don't think it's a bad episode. I just don't love it either, you know? But I think it's got its moments, you know, it's got its moments, this episode for sure. It's got some good moments, but I also do think that the episode has some problems as well too. So we're going to get into both sides of that. So this episode, I'm going to say is, it's a good episode. It's almost meh, but it is still a good episode, I would say. It is still really good. I think it does still have some good moments and some good stuff in it. And, well, we're meeting a new group, which I did not expect things to go the way they did in this episode. I will definitely start with that. So let's start from the beginning, basically. So we've got in this one Lydia and Elijah at the beginning. So we find out at the beginning of this episode that it seems like they may be in somewhat of a relationship, or at least hinting towards it possibly happening. We kind of get that at the beginning of the episode, which that's fine. I actually think that's really cool because obviously they got to do something with Lydia. You know, they haven't exactly done too much with her since season 10, so that's fine. I think that's actually a decent idea for the two of them to be together. And basically then you've got the dude from Commonwealth that shows up at the beginning of this episode, and he basically dies right in front of the hilltop. And they're kind of just like, what the hell, right? So that's kind of the intro. You're kind of set to wonder like what happened, right? And then you see Maggie, Lydia, and Elijah that go out, and they kind of talk about the deal and why Maggie should have taken it and stuff like that. And I actually did like the story about the farm in this one, where she talks about Herschel and, you know, some of the deals that he didn't take as well too back in the day. So that was, yeah, that was really, really cool. I did like that. And then essentially, you've got them, they run into some zombified Commonwealth soldiers on the road, which, might I add, that actually is one thing I really, really did like, is seeing the Commonwealth in, like, their outfits, but they're walkers, you know? Because when I saw it in the trailer, I thought it was just going to be, like, dead bodies on the road. But, no, you actually see zombified Commonwealth soldiers. That is so freaking cool. I love seeing that. That is really, really awesome. So basically you get that, and then you got Aaron, right? So this is when I start to become a little confused with this episode. You've got Aaron that is starting to run, right? He's running up to them, and then it kind of like the timelines go back a little ways to kind of show you how it went, you know, how it got to this point. Which is pretty cool, but basically this is what they do. You've got Gabriel in the Commonwealth. He's kind of giving like a service or whatever. And basically, you got Aaron that kind of comes by and says, like, he needs help with this other group or whatever, that they're going to go out and help. Apparently, there's this group of people, and, you know, basically Gabriel says, like, okay, well, I'll help you because apparently this is a religious group, so, you know, Gabriel will be in, you know, a very good use. So Gabriel comes along with them, and you've got this Toby guy that gets introduced. Now, Toby. Holy frig. This dude pisses me off. I mean, my goodness. Thing is, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel with this guy. Like, am I supposed to be afraid of him? Am I supposed to hate him? Am I supposed to be annoyed by him? All of the above? Because I'm starting to think it's supposed to be just all the above. I don't exactly like him as a villain yet. He's just weird to me. I don't exactly know how to react to this guy yet. he kind of is demanding. He, basically wants to send Aaron and Father Gabriel in there to talk to these people on their own at first. And they're basically, through other words, say like, hell no, you're coming in there with us. So he does exactly that. And while they go in, basically, you've got the introduction to these, new people or whatever. We got the new character from the trailer, who I believe her name is Hart, based off the Walking Dead wiki. So we didn't exactly see almost anything from her. Like, she was there and then she was just kind of wasn't. We immediately meet the leader, which goes by the name of Ian. And he is basically the leader of this group. And you basically see through this shelf that he has in the back that he's killed a lot of people in this same room, Now, I want to definitely talk about his character because he was actually very, very cool. I really, really liked him a lot. He's kind of got this, this vibe to him where he wants to be, definitely very careful, right? But you've got Aaron that's kind of, trying to prove to him that the Commonwealth is real and we can help you. And look, here's some pictures, which... Yes, if you didn't think I didn't catch that, I sure did. I did catch this week's reference for The Walking Dead. This week's callback for the final season was Aaron showing him the pictures of the safe place he comes from. If you guys don't remember, in Season 5, Episode 11, he's like, and I apologize in advance for the picture quality. And that's actually why I really like the scene, is because in this version, you actually see him, like, he's kind of like, he's giving him the, the pictures, and this time it's on an old iPhone, which... That part was a bit weird. The fact that they had an iPhone, that's a bit odd. I'm going to admit, that was a little bit on the weird side. But I do like the callback because it shows in Season 5, when he shows them the picture, it's just like, yeah, I apologize for the picture quality of my community or whatever, but I promise you it's real. This time, it's actually decent quality because it's on a friggin' iPhone, but whatever, still cool. He gives him the pictures and stuff like that, tries to make him believe it, and just like Rick, he doesn't believe it right away. It's really cool the way they slip that in. So I really like that. On first glance, I kind of didn't like the scene. Now I actually kind of do, because it's actually a really cool reference, and it's actually a pretty decent callback, I would say. So anyway, okay, here's when some problems come in for me. Toby then kills him randomly, kills the other two guys, basically reveals that he's in there to kill them all, and he then goes and basically is going to try to kill the rest of them. So Aaron and them, realizing this, don't exactly want to go along with this. Gabriel tries something. They take him into custody. You've got Aaron that then tries to fight one of them, and then you've got a standoff between him and Toby. And then you get flashback to figure out what Toby was really doing. This is the part of the episode where I start to kind of wonder what the frig was going on. So you basically find out that Lance was the one that sent him out there. This guy didn't want to do the job to begin with. But essentially now this guy's out here. He's doing evil things. We didn't know it at first, but then you reveal he's really bad. But he seemed like a goof earlier. I don't know. It's very weird to me. It's very oddly placed, and this is when the episodes started to kind of lose me a bit, is when they kept going timeline to kind of explain what was going on, which is totally fine. But you've got, like, timeline, like, 1 hour this, and then an hour before an hour ago, like, a couple minutes before that 1 hour ago scene that you just watched 2 minutes ago. Like, it's like, what? Like, what? Like... I liked it at first, like when Maggie's group discovered the Commonwealth soldiers. I was like, that's pretty cool. But then you're throwing me all these different timelines, and I'm like, okay, it's probably a cool storyline, but the way it's done is absolutely horrible. I'm sorry, but it is. I do not like the way they did this. I really, really don't. But I don't know. It's just weird to me. It was very, very weird the way this whole thing went down. And, okay, well, I guess we may as well talk about this, because this is one of the other, major points of this episode. Aaron gets away, obviously talks with Maggie, and obviously he makes it there. We see kind of why everything's lining up the way it is, right? They take Gabriel captive, which is, yeah, that's crazy. And basically then you've got Negan that comes back. So, frickin' Negan comes back into the story. Hell yes. And it also appears like he is with these people. So, obviously... I want to see what happened, which I think they're going to give us that pretty soon. We don't really have that much knowledge of how Negan ended up here, but obviously they're going to have to, fill in the blanks here sooner or later. But very happy to see Negan. That is absolutely the highlight of this episode. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And they basically come in, they save Gabriel, they save him before he gets taken away, they save the others, and then basically the episode kind of ends on this, you know, random cliffhanger where they're throwing some of the people, like some of the Commonwealth soldiers and Toby, are throwing some of them off of the roof, and Negan and them are kind of listening to this from downstairs. Am I getting that right? And the episode kind of just ends. Like, here's the thing, guys. I like the episode, at a lot of times at least, but it was just odd. It was really odd. Like, the episode was honestly going fine for me until they started killing people. And then you started giving me this timeline, and this timeline, and this was an hour before this, and now they're chucking people off the roof, which, okay, but Negan and them are just downstairs. I don't know. I don't know. Like, this episode was so strange to me. I don't hate the episode. I think it's got some fine stuff to it. I like the intriguing moments with the characters. I think a lot of the stuff is really good. It's just by the end of it started to kind of become weird. And the ending was very abrupt. Like, very abrupt. Like, I don't know. It's an odd episode to me. I'm going to give it like a 7.5. You know what I mean? It's not a bad episode. 7.5 is not a bad rating on this channel, if you don't know. 7.5 is not a bad rating at all. I just, I don't know. The back half of the episode is in particular what started to lose me. But I am happy Negan's back. I liked portions of the episode. Just not all of it. You know? Not all of it. Not all of the episode was all that great. So, it was a pretty good episode. That's what I'll kind of leave it at. It was a pretty good episode. But, you know, roll next week. That's kind of what I want to say. Roll next week. Like, let's keep moving. So, anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on episode 13. It was alright. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. And that is it. So, anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. And, of course, guys, if you're new here, click subscribe and soon to miss some videos for The Walking Dead. Follow Dan's Walking Reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys very soon for another video for The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
My God, no!